Hello everyone, Jamie Starr with the New World News Network. On this episode, I'm going to get into a handful of clips I found last week, and I, this morning, came across this clip, which is the greatest way to intro them, because it, as usual, shows leftist hypocrisy. So, to start this off, we're going to show this clip from the Bill Maher show. He had Ann Coulter on, and these other two guys. Ann Coulter obviously backs Donald Trump, everyone else doesn't, and their reasons for not backing him are obviously ridiculous ones, and don't apply to their own party, obviously. So, let me give it over to Bill Maher to intro the next batch of clips.
Trump has going for him just as a tactician. He knows how, he knows next week you've got another episode. And he's going to throw something out there, and he's going to mix it up every time he was written off.
Next week, next hour.
Yeah, I mean,
I would not.
It's not fun. I mean,
it is fun.
The odds are against him, but I bet you he will run like the greatest, most entertaining campaign of all time.
But this is not entertainment. This is supposed to be a country.
This is not entertainment. It's supposed to be a country.
I had to stay in D.C. for a couple more years. Thank you. This way, our youngest daughter can finish up high school. Michelle can stay a bit of a...
Oh, shit.
He's about to go from...
Here we go.
About a little bit. Take a look.
I didn't realize he showed this clip at the dinner.
For 2 years after the president leaves office.
He's about to go from commander-in-chief to couch commander.
You, Chuck Todd. What am I going to do in D.C. for 2 years?
Now, we should be asking ourselves, what is this where Obama's putting out this little Hollywood bit here with the news agencies obviously lending clips to it? I mean, the White House is so in bed with entertainment. I mean, the press correspondence dinner is him in bed with entertainment. So, Bill Maher's, this isn't entertainment. Well, what about Obama, buddy? What about Obama? Because he is the epitome of pop culture president. He's been on The Daily Show, The Colbert Report, SNL. Michelle Obama goes on SNL. So, I take it the rules only apply to your enemies. Let's let this continue.
I can't go every day, can I?
Which you like better, these or these?
Joe, they're the same.
They capture different moods.
Joe, I need some focus here.
Comes in there during aviator time, thinks everything.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I said, Mr. President, you had to be practical. And look, you can drive again. You're going to need a license. You love sports. Why don't you volunteer to work for one of the teams around here?
Is this the Washington Wizards? I understand you're looking for some coaching help. Let's just say I coached my daughter's team a few times. Hello? Hello? Finally. So I'm going to be in D.C. for a while, and I thought I'd take up driving again.
What's the name?
Barack Hussein Obama.
Yikes. Well, since you don't have a driver's license, you're gonna need a birth certificate.
Really?
Really.
Now, the one thing I want to point out, and I'll show some of the press correspondence dinner as well, because, you know, it has him reciting jokes that he obviously paid people to write him, and of course everyone assumes they're his. Obama has a tendency to, I mean, it's so aggravating, because there are these conspiracy theories that turn out to be legitimate, and people who believe in them are mocked and ridiculed for believing in them, and then they get rubbed in people's faces, like the birth certificate thing. Obama, who had a law license, then had to resign his law license over lying under oath that he's only ever gone by the name Barack Obama, when he's also gone by Barry Soetoro and other names. You'll see in the press correspondence dinner the joke about death panels, but you can bring up Newsweek articles about how great death panels are and how we should be killing our grandmothers. So it's really aggravating that not only do you see our country turning into a sick, mechanized, socialist fucking machine. Not even this compassionate socialism is about sharing. No, it's a business model of socialism where it's basically like, oh, well, it costs $1 million for grandma's cancer treatment. We could hire 3 teachers with $1 million, so let's kill grandma and hire teachers. Well, why that's even coming from the same pot of money, who knows? But it's done in this cold-hearted business sense. Anyway,
It's real.
Is it?
It's real.
But is it?
Oh, Michelle left her phone. Huh. She's got Snapchat. Obamacare is great, and it's really working. Sign up now.
Breaking news.
Michelle Obama in hot water after posting this video earlier today.
Obamacare is great, and it's really working. Sign up now.
No?
No.
Did it get a lot of views?
Honey, enough. Why don't you just talk to somebody who's been through this? I gotta go to Soul Cycle.
She's right. I know who I need to talk to. Hey, it's Barack. Listen, can we get together? Now that is a great move. Yeah, it gets me. It gets me. So, you got any advice for me?
So now you want my advice? First, stop sending me all these LinkedIn requests. And second, here's the beauty of this whole thing. You've got all the time in the world to figure this out. You can just be you for a while, if you know how to do that again.
So I can just be me. And I can wear my mom jeans in peace. I hate these tight jeans.
Good. Yesterday, I had a beer at 11:30 in the morning. And you know, McDonald's now serves breakfast all day long.
You know, Michelle's going to be at spin class, so she'll never know.
Right. Let it go. You know, it won't be long. You'll be able to walk right out of the Oval Office singing zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. And you got plenty of time to work on your tan. And you know what? I finally got the grand bargain on a sweet Chevy Tahoe. Look here. Look here. Yeah. You want one?
Breaking news, former President Barack Obama on his 347th round of golf for the year, and it's totally great. And Gloria, not a problem for anybody.
I can't think of a reason to care, Wolf, and believe me, I've tried.
This is not entertainment. This is a country. This is politics. How can we have this? These entertainers in office. Bill Maher. Oh my God. Does Barack Obama not count? Is he not held to the same standard that we hold the Republicans? Is him coming out and singing little bits of Al Green supposed to make us feel better about him bombing the shit out of everyone? Now, I would like to say everyone should check out Larry Gilmore's bit from this correspondence dinner because it was gold. And the room was not laughing because he was roasting everyone in there to their faces. I mean, he basically asked Obama who he planned on killing that night, talked about bombing hospitals and everything else, and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it's so funny because I have liberal friends who are like, I think it was rude, I think it was out of character, this and that, having complaints about, but I thought Obama was funny, and I just had to explain to my friends, there's a difference between laughing with someone and laughing at someone, and Larry Gilmore was laughing at everyone. So, I'll go do about 10 minutes of Obama here.
You can't say it, but you know it's true. Good evening, everybody. It is an honor to be here at my last And perhaps the last White House Correspondents' Day.
This is another thing that bothers me. And it feeds into these conspiracy theories. Like, my personal belief is Trump will get elected, you will see riots in the streets because people think he's symbolic of white supremacist, capitalist, patriarchy, sexist, misogynist, homophobic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, bigotry, hatred, whatever. And Obama will declare a civil emergency. He will stay in office. He will have a third term. He jokes about having a third term. He jokes about the destruction of this country. Like it's something we should all just kind of laugh off while it's happening. So you'll see that numerous times in this bit.
You all look great. The end of the Republic has never looked better.
And here's the other thing that boggles my mind. No one had a problem with Obama single-handedly declaring wars and having all of this power that he's not supposed to have because he seems cool and likable and he's a nice guy and we gave him a peace prize, so it doesn't matter how many hospitals he bombs or wedding parties or anything like that. He'll sing us a song, so shut the fuck up if you care about bombing civilians. And it's this whole held to a different standard type thing where he can get away with whatever and everyone else held to a completely different standard.
I do apologize. I know I was a little late tonight. I was running on...
But my point was, as far as that last bit, you wouldn't have to worry about the amount of power Donald Trump could have as president if you weren't so fine with giving it to Bush and Obama. And if you actually look at a lot of Trump's points, he doesn't want all that power. He wants to give a lot of it back to the states and not be concerned with issues that should be states' rights issues. And it just shows how bad it is to have centralized power and funnel all of the power into the executive branch, because then if someone you don't like ends up in that seat, you got some shit to worry about.
CPT. Which stands for jokes that white people should not make.
A room full of white people. I mean, making a racist joke about white people in a room full of them just clapping along. The self-loathing is phenomenal.
It's a tip for you, Jeff. Anyway, here we are. My 8th and final appearance at this unique event. And I am excited. If this material works well, I'm going to use it at Goldman Sachs next year.
Again, look at how they respond. And what he's referencing is the fact that you have revolving doors between these top banks like Goldman Sachs and government offices. This is one of the problems with the country. The corruption, the insider trading, the banks and them, you know, holding the economy hostage. And these people, look at, I mean, it's so funny. It's so funny selling the country out to all these bankers. Look, even Bernie Sanders is getting a kick out of it. So...
Earn me some serious Tubmans. That's right. That's right. My brilliant and beautiful wife, Michelle, is here tonight. She looks so happy to be here. That's called practice. It's like learning to do 3-minute planks. She makes it look easy now, but next year at this time, someone else will be standing here in this very spot, and it's anyone's guess who she will be. But standing here, I can't help but be reflective, a little sentimental. 8 years ago, I said it was time to change the tone of our politics. In hindsight, I clearly should have been more specific. Eight years ago, I was a young man, full of idealism and vigor. And look at me now. I am gray, grizzled, just counting down the days till my death panel.
There's a joke about death panels, which they denied, and then it came out they were there. I mean, how is that something to laugh at? The idea that the insurance companies are going to deny you treatment at the end of your life and just say, we deem your life doesn't have enough value for us to bother fighting your cancer, so have a good rest of your time. Enjoy. Be on your way. I mean, it's so dark and fucking sad. And it's so troublesome that there are rooms of people that will laugh at these things.
Hillary once questioned whether I'd be ready for a 3 a.m. phone call. Now I'm awake anyway because I got to go to the bathroom. I'm up. In fact, somebody recently said to me, Mr. President, you are so yesterday. Justin Trudeau has completely replaced you. He's so handsome. He's so charming. He's the future. And I said, Justin, just give it a rest. I resented that.
For anyone that doesn't know, Justin Trudeau is Canada's Prime Minister, who is basically a white Obama. He's this pretty boy feminist who just tries to schmooze and sell things based on trendy, celebrity-like hipness, same as Obama does.
Meanwhile, Michelle has not aged a day.
It couldn't be because she's a dude and has the best plastic surgeons money can buy upholding her female appearance. Maybe.
The only way you can date her in photos is by looking at me. Take a look. Here we are in 2008. Here we are a few years later. And this one is from 2 weeks ago. So time passes. In just 6 short months, I will be officially a lame duck. Which means Congress now will flat out reject my authority. And Republican leaders won't take my phone calls. And this is going to take some getting used to. It's really going to, it's a curveball. I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, you mean you're not going to be able to just break the law and rewrite the laws and try to claim that everyone else is wrong for not letting you do whatever you want and be a dictator? Oh, that's going to take getting used to?
Of course, in fact, 4 months now, congressional Republicans have been saying there are things I cannot do in my final year. Unfortunately, this dinner was not one of them.
Is it the Republicans saying that, or is it the law saying that, and the Republicans are trying to remind you of the law? Something to think about, Mr. Obama.
But on everything else, it's another story. And you know who you are, Republicans. fact, I think we've got Republican Senators Tim Scott and Cory Gardner. They're in the House, which reminds me, security, bar the doors. Judge Merrick Garland, come on out. We're going to do this right here, right now.
I'm breaking laws right here, right now.
It's like the Red Wedding. But it's not just Congress. Even some foreign leaders, they've been looking ahead, anticipating my departure. Last week, Prince George showed up to our meeting in his bathrobe. That was a slap in the face. A clear breach of protocol. Although while in England, I did have lunch with Her Majesty the Queen, took in a performance of Shakespeare, hit the links with David Cameron. Just in case anybody is still debating whether I'm black enough. I think that settles the debate. I won't lie. Look, this is a tough transition. It's hard. Key staff are now starting to leave the White House. Even reporters have left me.
Now, here's where we get into something important, because he's going to reveal that a lot of people you see in the media, Stephanopoulos being one of them, he worked for the Clintons. A lot of the people you see in the media that are there claiming they're unbiased journalists are straight from the White House. So he's going to give you a little list here.
Savannah Guthrie, she's left the White House press corps to host the Today Show. Norah O'Donnell left the briefing room to host CBS This Morning. Jake Tapper left journalism to join CNN.
Which basically, he's saying, left journalism to become a CIA operative propagandist.
But the prospect of leaving the White House is a mixed bag. You might have heard that someone jumped the White House fence last week, but I have to give Secret Service credit. They found Michelle, brought her back. She's safe. She's safe back at home now. It's only 9 more months, baby. Settle down. And yet somehow, despite all this, despite the churn, in my final year, my approval ratings keep going up. The last time I was this high, I was trying to decide on my major. And here's the thing, I haven't really done anything differently. So it's odd. Even my aides can't explain the rising poll numbers. What has changed? Nobody can figure it out. Puzzling. Anyway, in this last year, I do have more appreciation for those who've been with me on this amazing ride. Like one of our finest public servants, Joe Biden. God bless him. Love that guy. I love Joe Biden. I really do. And I want to thank him for his friendship, for his counsel, for always giving it to me straight, for not shooting anybody in the face. Thank you, Joe. Also, I would be remiss. Let's give it up for our host, Larry Wilmore. Also known as one of the two black guys who's not Jon Stewart. You're the South African guy, right? Okay. I love Larry. And his parents are here, who are from Evanston, which is a great town. I also would like to acknowledge some of the award-winning reporters that we have with us here tonight. Rachel McAdams, Mark Ruffalo, Leah Schreiber. Thank you all for everything that you've done.
Alright, I think that's enough of that. If anyone wants to see the full video, you can check it out. But like I said, check out Larry Wilmore's stuff, because it's far more entertaining. But, to the original point, you know, Edward Bernays in Propaganda talked about the idea of merging politicians with celebrity and shaping culture in that sort of manner. And from the video I just did previously about Amy Schumer and gun control to this one, we really see this epitomizing where we have this celebrity politician, I mean, just embodied so much. I mean, Obama is the pinnacle of it. And for Bill Myers to sit here and talk about Trump like as if he's doing something new or out of the ordinary by being an entertaining persona while still going for reform in legalities and politics, it's appalling because it only exposes their own hypocrisy, that they're fine with it for themselves, but not for anyone else. So, I hope everyone enjoyed my video in pointing that out.